That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. No, this is a good call. I think I might take this one and just take the audio out and make it a podcast or something. This was
I loved all the stuff. Everything is awesome. I'm
Yeah.
very pumped for my meeting.
Well, yeah. Well, send me a text after the meeting. I want to hear how it goes.
I will do that. Cool.
When was the last time you were pumped to talk about money with your client? Well, if you're like most construction business owners, talking about money with your clients causes stress. The reason this is stressful is because you're probably financing your client's projects. You're strapped for cash and you need that next progress payment. You've performed the work and now you're waiting on the money from your client to pay for the work already in place. Well, when you started your construction business, you didn't even realize you were financing the job because the projects were small, so the stakes were small. But now that your business is growing, you realize you can't afford to finance your clients' projects anymore. You realize you're not a bank. That's exactly what my client Noah realized when he was developing a proposal on a large project. He realized the 30-30-30-10 billing structure he had been using on smaller projects, well, it's not going to work out so well on a larger job. Watch the rest of the video to learn how to maintain your cash flow on a large project. You are not a bank, so stop acting like one. Check out the rest of the video and learn how billing early and billing often will make you pumped to talk about money with your clients.
One question I was going to ask you about for this job is, like on my normal jobs, they're like 40,000-ish is what we're averaging right now. So those I just break up into 4 parts for the payment schedule: 30, 30, 30, and 10. If this job ends up being in the 400,000-ish sort of, and even if it's 100,000, it seems like should I be billing more often?
Yeah.
Than the 30, 30, 30, 10?
Yes.
And should I just tie it to milestones? Is that the best?
No, I would tie it to your weekly progress. So I would tell them and I would tell them normally we do a payment schedule of 30, 30, 30, 10. That's pretty standard. For these type of projects, we'll probably have to do something a little bit different just because of the detailed nature of it. Once we get it planned out, we'll know what our budgets are, where our contingencies are, and what we think we're going to spend on this thing. In order to get started, we'll probably do a deposit for 1 month. For example, if this is a 6-month project, 1 divided by 6 is 16%. So it's under a 20%, right? Okay. And so it may be a little bit less than you normally would take on a bigger project, but it's also 16% of $100,000 still a good chunk of money.
Yes.
That'll get us through what we think is the first month, right? Okay. Yep. And that would be about 16 to, say 15 to 20%. But okay. we don't know. These things can go kind of slow. Before we get through that deposit money, then we're going to give you another invoice for the next week. Meaning, let's say that I'm working up through Friday, and that's kind of where we hit our 16%. Yep. Next Friday, we'll be another 5% complete with the job.
I see. Okay.
I'm going to bill you every week for our progress.
Okay.
And we're going to bill out about a week ahead. The way it's going to look is you'll pay about a 20% deposit up front. Then when as we get through that 20%, and we're estimating that's probably about the first month, you're not going to see another invoice for about 3 weeks. Then on the 3rd week, we're going to bill you for the following week. That's the way that we can progress through. We make sure that everybody's caught up, and everybody's being paid, because we can't finance the job. We're not financing the job, right? And we don't want you to pay, because there are going to be so many unknowns in this thing.
Yep.
We're trying to protect both people. So then you ask them, are you comfortable and do you want to write a check every week?
Okay.
If not, then we can go to an every 2-week invoicing structure, but it's still going to be based on the progress. And most people are they don't want to have to pay a check every week, right? But what you're trying to do is saying, I'm willing to just get paid in smaller amounts, but it's going to be more frequent. Is that convenient for you? And they say, gosh, no, I don't want to, I'm busy. I'm whatever, I'm going to miss something or whatever. Say, okay, we can do 2 weeks, but they're going to be a little bit bigger. And so you're going to get that invoice this week.
Yeah.
And it's for what we're projecting where we're going to be by the time you write the check and it gets back to us.
Right. That makes sense.
So we're going to bill a little bit ahead, but not too
Yep.
far. We're just a few percentage, just a few days worth, not, not 30% of the job and then another 30% of the job. In these type of jobs, that's the best way. And he might say, well, I'd rather do a 30, 30, 30, 10.
Right.
Great. No problem. 30% up front. And still the same thing. After the first month, another 30%. But that's only for quoted stuff. You're going to have the other stuff, the hourly stuff that comes up. So it might be a little bit easier if you just prepare them like every couple of weeks.
Okay.
And it depends on the job. You might want to say part of this job is to have an on-site meeting with them so you can update them on the progress and you can hand them an invoice every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Got it. Okay.
And I would write the contract, something like that saying 20% deposit and then bill upon progress every week or 2 weeks. And you kind of talk about that and make that decision.
You are not a bank, so don't act like one. Bill early, bill often, and make sure you design a progress payment structure that serves your construction business. If you want to learn a framework to streamline your construction business and create the systems to increase your profits, reduce your stress, and get your life back, then apply for a coaching program today. Go to ShawnVanDyke.com/apply and fill out the form on that page. My team will review your application and will follow up with you with the next steps. We will get you plugged into one of our coaching programs so that you can stop worrying, make more money, and get your life back. Apply for a coaching program today at ShawnVanDyke.com/apply.